Deadpool. Cast your minds back to 2013. The Deadpool game comes out and this iconic character has finally taken the first step to getting the publicity he deserves. Then, a year later, some test footage leaks and oh my god, they gave Ryan Reynolds a second chance? They're delivering some hard R action? Yeah, it's cool, but they'll probably never come to making the actual movie. Then they made the movie, and it was R-rated, Ryan Reynolds was officially back. This movie was going to be the second coming of Christ of superhero films. Then it came out. Now, I don't dislike the Deadpool movies. I actually think as superhero films go, the first one is fine and the second one is actually pretty enjoyable. I just don't like them for the reasons that I should like a Deadpool movie. In watching both of them, one thing kept sticking out in my mind, and that thing, in my opinion, is the biggest problem with these Deadpool movies, and it can be summed up in one sentence. The Deadpool movies would be parodied by the Deadpool character. The reason we were all so excited to see a Deadpool movie was because the fourth wall breaking Merc with the mouth would provide something new in a climate where every year brings at least a half dozen or more comic book movies, which regardless of their quality, all tend to be noticeably tropey and uniform in tone. And then what do we get? Another tropey film with a tone that's not too alien from the other superhero films released at the time, except every now and then Ryan Reynolds will wink at the camera. What I think is the hugest flaw with Deadpool 1 and 2 is their failure to provide something new as we were all hoping for. Look at this trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy, more specifically, this shot. This is obviously a self-aware jab at the tropes of comic book movies, taking a moment that would usually be treated as a punch in the air fuck yeah moment, and sucking all of the triumph out of it. Guardians of the Galaxy came out 2 years before the first Deadpool movie, so to put it bluntly, had already beat it to the punch. This tone has since been stretched across a majority of the MCU to the point where some people took issue with how much it took away from the drama in Thor Ragnarok. So then it begs the question, if I'm not going to get anything new in terms of self-awareness and humour in a Deadpool movie, what am I going to get out of it? A story where a good-looking white person is facing some kind of dilemma before they come into contact with an event or person that pushes them into becoming a superhero and taking down an underdeveloped villain who plays it completely seriously, who most likely has similar powers to the hero and a bald head. Oh yeah, and also throw in some kind of romance in there. That's fine, but I already got that in Iron Man, and the Incredible Hulk, and Captain America, and Ant-Man, and Doctor Strange. See, that recipe is all well and good to build interesting characters and set pieces off of, but in a Deadpool movie, where the whole point is to satire the cliches of the genre, I don't think so. Then the argument comes, but it's fine because it's self-aware. Well, to a certain extent, yeah, but I don't think these Deadpool movies takes it far enough. I've spent a long time trying to think of some kind of analogy for this, and this is the best I could come up with. Watching a Deadpool film is like me showing you this cake. Then I tell you, I'm going to bake a cake that shows you just how bland and generic this cake is. Then I bake a cake that looks exactly the same and going, ha, see, isn't this shit? But it's better because I know it's shit. Perhaps the most popular example of how this humour doesn't work is at the end of Deadpool 2, where Juggernaut and Colossus are about to fight and Deadpool shouts, "Big CGI fight coming up!" Now here's what I thought was going to happen. Either Colossus was going to knock Juggernaut out with a single anticlimactic hit, or the CGI would be purposely poorly rendered to poke fun at how boring and overused this trope is. But then they just have a big CGI fight, and that's all there is to it. Ha! See? Isn't this shit? But it's better because I know it's shit. It's so strange to me how lacking in self-awareness these movies can be considering the character they're based off, but this moment in particular stands out because the first movie already demonstrated that the writers know how to use subversion to undercut larger superhero moments.
In these moments, everything else falls away. The way the world sees us. The way we...
See? Good, right? Oh wait, we've already seen this 4 years ago in the very first Avengers movie.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Okay, how about this? Deadpool makes fun of the typical adopting their new alter ego scene by undercutting the triumph of saying his name for the first time.
Deadpool. Captain Deadpool.
Wait, no, Ant-Man got that one a year before.
One question. Is it too late to change the name?
And again in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Star-Lord. Who?
Well, just because a joke's been done before doesn't make a film awful, so why do I not take issue with this kind of humour in other superhero movies, most notably some of the more recent Marvel films? Well, it's because in those other films, the self-awareness is just an extra flavour in films that typically have pretty deeply developed characters and drama that keeps pulling you back, whereas in Deadpool, it's the focus. Any piece of media that features this character has no choice but to lean on the crutch that is his fourth wall-breaking self-awareness, and if it comes off as forced, lazy, unoriginal, and underbaked, like it is in my opinion, then the whole film suffers as a result. As I said, I don't hate these films. I actually think Deadpool 2 has a decent emotional arc with colourful, memorable characters and some fun action set pieces. But if you took out Deadpool and replaced him with, I don't know, Spider-Man or something, I think it would enhance my enjoyment of the film massively. Put it simply, including Deadpool in a movie brings with it so much responsibility of delivering clever comedy and self-awareness that I don't think either of these films fully comes close to doing in a way that hasn't already been done in movies that quite frankly have more to offer and don't sell themselves as a spoof of the genre. So yeah, that's my Deadpool rant. Let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about the Deadpool movies, and be sure to subscribe and leave a like for more. I'll see you soon.